What's going on, everybody? Welcome to GmiasWorld, and what we're going to be talking about today is getting the most training points by doing sniping action. Now, I've been telling you guys since Madden 18, once it was first announced, that training points are going to be the most sought after. Like, that's the most desirous thing you're going to need in this game, because by having a bunch of training points, you could just make your whole team at 89 overall without even getting really good cards. You can just start from the base power up of a 68 and just have mad training points and make every single card at 89 overall. So that's very, very huge, and they're very, very important. And a lot of you guys are asking me, Gmi, what are some of the tips for sniping? What should you be doing? All right, so look, pretty much what happens is this. The auction house is your friend, okay? When you go into the auction house, you have to know, why is Ramsey going for this much money, bro? Ramsey is ridiculous, bro. Like, it is no way possible. It is no way possible that I'm spending almost 1 million coins for a cornerback. Like, you can miss me with that, EA. But never mind that. I was looking at Ramsey prior to this video. But let's go ahead and we're going to talk about the specific things that you should be trying to lurk. Now, we're going to start at quality from 80 to 81, okay? Now, you're going to go 80 to 81, and these are going to give you 95 training points, okay? 95. So you're not going to go here and buy the first thing that you see, okay? Even though people are buying it for those prices, you're not going to go and do that. First thing you're going to do is look at time remaining, all right? Now, with the time remaining, sometimes you get lucky. Like, this one has 23 seconds, right? So you can start bidding on this one and seeing if you could get that. Why would you want to get this, right? Why would you want to deal with this? Because 3,600 coins is going to give you 100 training points. That's pretty good. You know what I'm saying? That's why people are spending the coins. Well, he's not 95. He's going to be 65. It's the 81 overalls. The 81 overalls are going to give you that amount. They're going to give you the 95 training points. So they're worth it. So you want to come here. You want to look at the buy now. All right, do I want to spend, you know what I'm saying, for the 80, right? Do I want to spend this kind of coin? Probably not. You know what I'm saying? The 81s is what I look for like cheap. So look, let's get out of the time remaining. Let's go back to buy now price, right? And then you're gonna go. This is what I usually do. If I want to find something like a snipe, I'll start looking for them through different positions, right? Like the center is obviously high because people will use that for like salary cap. So you start fullback is gonna be high too. You can go wide receiver, start to see that it gets a lot lower, okay? And then see what comes up with that. All right, that's at 10K, but that's an 80. And I believe the 80 overalls are 65, right? Let me just go ahead and make sure, because I know the 81s are going to be 95, because that's primarily what I look for when I'm sniping. I just want to make sure. So the 80s, that's a nat, so it's going to be a different amount. Oh, no, I don't want to check it like that. I just checked his buy now price. He's really, really high, up to 19K. That's crazy. Why somebody, okay, because of his training point value, maybe. Okay, so yeah, it's 65 for 80, and then the 81s go for 95. Okay, so that's pretty much what I do as far as those elite numbers, the 80 through 81. I try to focus on those type of things as I'm looking through it. But remember, when you go to the quality on the left side and you start looking through stuff, this is just a way to get your like your hundreds up with the 80 to 81s, right? And to try to make the best like sniping, because sometimes I get cards for like 3,500, 4,500, because sometimes people just need cards. They just need cards. They just need, and it's like, look, I mean, they need to get the cards for different reasons, whether it's a set, whatever's going on. They just need the card. So when you go individually, halfback, whatever, we saw that the fullback was pretty expensive. Wide receiver, they are on the same rate too. Okay, 9,900. Feel free to scroll down the time remaining through them to see if there's any snipes there also, because sometimes people put up cards for very, very cheap, and you can get lucky and get them for very, very cheap. So just make sure you're cognizant of that fact. Understand that you got to look for these positions and see what's going on. The offensive linemen seem to be very expensive, so it looks like the wide receiver situation is going to be the lower amounts. Like this 81, to spend 9,900 for 100 training points, because remember, you see somebody's going to buy it. They're going to buy it out because that's decent prices for training points. At 81 for 100 training points, that's really good. You know what I'm saying? In my opinion. Now, if you can snipe it like I've been doing for 45, 55, that's even better. But you have to go through it and see what's going on with the individual. So we saw wide receiver. What about tight end? What's tight end doing? Okay, so tight end is still up there also. And then time remaining, there's nothing really spectacular going on with that. Okay, so we would back out of that. We would go back to buy now. And you would go through the other positions. See what it's like for a left end. What's the left end's doing? Okay, so a left end is like that price. The 81 is about 11.5. So you kind of gradually see what's going on. If you want to go really next level, though, you can start typing in names. Like this guy is Hicks, So he's 10,750 right there. You can make sure that that's his actual price with everything that's been going on by typing his name in and just searching him by himself. So when you look at him by himself, you could go through and say, all right, like, look, we found a bid. It's down to 400, but it's 8 hours left. Who's staying there to do that? Nobody. I don't got time like that. You could bid on it and see if you would get lucky, but people know what's going on, so that's probably not going to work out for you. All right? So make sure you understand that part. That's like for the low level. That's like the lowest level that I go is 80, 81. Now, these for the 775s from the 86 to the 87s, it's going to run you a little bit more. Now, the 87 overalls is what you're looking for. Okay? If you can get these for about, you know, like 60, like 60K or whatever like that, I like those numbers with the 87s. Okay? I really, really like those numbers. And you would do the same things. You would pretty much go over here and you would see what everybody's value is and try to snipe an 87. All right, because you know you're getting 775 training points. So you're like, all right, what am I doing here? All right. And everything is an 86. The 86s are not giving you 775. I think it's like 660 or something like that. It's something around that rate. So this guy right here, I got him for like 60K at one point because people were just trying to get rid of him. Why are they trying to get rid of him? Let me explain. It doesn't matter what other card comes out. Powering up Joey Bosa at left end, you can just leave. I don't care what. I love me some Joey Bosa. I don't care what left end comes out. I'm not worried about it. So you see somebody sniped him for 80. That doesn't mean that they're using him as a left end. That just means that they probably didn't see Reggie White. So what you would do is you go next level to make sure that that's the cheapest one that's there. Start typing his name, see what comes up. All right, it's like 78 is the cheapest. You go down, time remaining. All right, what do we got here? All right, bid for 60. Okay, that's ideal. Like if I bid and I get 775 for 60K, I'm looking good because I'm going to be able to do what I want to do with my team for a lot less than what the card is actually valued at. Okay, so this is an ideal bid. You see somebody bought them for that as we're doing the video. They're not buying them to keep them. They're buying them for the training points. And they understand the concept of it, which is what I'm trying to explain to you guys. Now, you guys can play around with it and add more to it and see what goes on. You know what I'm saying? See like if you get lucky with certain things. But just understand, 87 is ideal. You know what I'm saying? So when you look through it, if you start seeing a lot of 87s, it looks like Reggie White right now is the key snipe because he's cheaper than Pierre Garçon, who everybody was going after. Now, this guy's at 80. That's a decent bid. You see what I'm saying? This guy's 83. See, I don't know. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'm very, very cheap with my coins. And I urge you guys to be very, very cheap with yours as well. Because you're going to end up having a lot more than a lot of other people. Now, kickers like this, you can go ahead and check his kick power. Okay, kick power 89. So my guy is still better. So we're not worried about it. I just wanted to see what was going on with that situation. Okay, a fullback. If you wanted to see if there was a cheaper version of him, start typing in Tommy and see what comes up. You see what I'm saying? Make sure that the prices are right. Now, 77, you know what I'm saying? That is better than 78. You're still getting a 775. Now, what'll be better? 60K. You got to wait for that, though. Like, people are not just doing that. You feel me? Like, people are not just going to be doing whatever. You know, they're not just going to be out there putting up their cards for, very, very cheap unless there's something that they're looking at that they need right now. Now, you can go 88, 89 and try your luck, right? And try to get 80K, whatever, different stuff like that. Like this guy, I think he's about like 1,000, very, very close to 1,000 or something like that. You can try your luck with this, right? But more than likely, you're not going to get really lucky with this. Okay, now, this is a bid process right here. This card right here, bro, the reason that I wouldn't really go crazy about it is simply because even if you power him up, he's not worth it for the power up because his speed is like an 81 or 82 or something like that, powered up. But his value is very, very high. So if you were lucky enough, and this is another thing that comes up while you're sniping, if you were lucky enough to get this card, his value is at like 140K or something like that. Let's go ahead and look at what's really going on with him. While people are bidding on him going crazy, his actual value is like it's about 180. What is it? Yeah. So if you were lucky enough to try to pull this off and get him for 100K or whatever's going on, this will be something that's ideal also in the process. Now, would you take the training points for him? This is a very, very interesting thing right here. Because if I had more coins, I would get involved in this bid and try to get him because I think he'll probably stop like around 75. You know what I'm saying? Like if you really analyze it, he'll probably stop at around 75K, depending on how much the person needs him. But this is when it gets very, very interesting. When you get involved in bids like this, sometimes you get lucky and get very, very high overall elites. And that's another question you guys have been asking me. Gmia, I sniped this card. Should I still quick sell over training points? Not if the value is that much higher. You're going to take the coins in that case, okay? And you're going to work the coins with the rest of the market and try to snipe a little bit more. Because then you could get even more training points off the coins if you're not still building your team. But this guy is not a guy that I would like use for my actual team right now. I wouldn't do that. Just because when he's powered up, he still doesn't give me a suitable enough speed for what I'm trying to accomplish on my side of the ball, okay? But this is what you're going to run into. Don't be scared to start bidding on these things, because trust me, things happen. People's power go out, a lot of stuff happens, and you just win bids, okay? So get involved with these bid processes while you're doing the training points, and you'll be very, very happy to find that you'll be very, you'll have some good success with it. Like I said, I'm not interested in doing that right now because I don't want to waste my coins on something like that. So that's not something that I'm interested in. But that doesn't mean that you can't go ahead and do it if that's what you're looking for. You're really trying to upgrade somebody. You really want something. You know what I'm saying? Go for it. Don't wait. You know what I'm saying? Because once you start waiting around and stuff like that, everything passes you by. And then you're just done. You see what I'm saying? Like, like this guy right here, nobody's going to buy him because he's not worth the power up. And his price is too high for him to be so slow. And I don't know why he's so slow right now to start. 79 speed is not cutting it, bro. Like, that's just not going to cut it. But you can look around, see the buy, you know what I'm saying? You see, look at the buy now prices, look at the bid prices, see if you get lucky. You can see, a lot of cards that may be a little bit less than they're supposed to be and stuff like that. But you could also see that this guy is still going for, he's still being bidded up. Now, it looks like he's going to definitely go past 75. So whoever gets him, like I said, if they decide to keep him, that'll be a mistake at the free safety position. But they'll still be able to have the option to go ahead and, get him for training points. All right? These cards are very, very hard to snipe. Okay? Very, very rarely are you going to get snipes. Okay? So I would linger around this, 90 to 91. I don't think you're going to get lucky with that either. Time remaining. God, bro, why is Randy Moss's price so high? That's kind of, isn't that kind of, that's kind of expensive, no? Bro, hold on. What about number of bids? Hold on, let me see something. We're going to go to buy now price. What do we got for buy now? Okay, they got a fullback? Yeah, okay, bro. Yeah, okay. All right, so, like I said, these are like almost impossible for any kind of snipes. Will you get them? Yes. But when you get snipes, you better not, and I repeat, you better not go ahead and quick sell them for training points if you get like real deal snipes. Hold on to them and, you know what I'm saying, see what's going on, see how the prices are going up, what's happening with it, and you go from there. That's how you have to do it. Do not put yourself in a situation where you're going to be at a loss, because it's very, very hard to recoup stuff. Like this guy right here, somebody bid on this, right, for 445. I highly doubt that it's going to end there, but that'll be a good snipe. And more than likely, that person would keep Vic, because I don't see why you would get rid of him. Sean Taylor's pretty good. These are just cards that you don't want to put back on the auction house. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to put them back on. You're not trying to really do crazy things like that. Now, this guy, he's a card that if you can get for like in the 250s, whatever like that, you can probably get away with, you know what I'm saying, quick selling this guy for a decent amount of training points. If you can get him in the 200 range, all right? Because there's so many other left guards that have better value for the price. Just so you guys understand what I'm saying. It's all about price and the value. If something can be resold for a ridiculous amount, you better put that card back on the auction and make your money. And you know what I'm saying? Like, don't play around with it, because they're not going to be there long. All right? These are the ways that you snipe, okay? But again, these are going to be more of like a buy now stuff, situation. You're going to be, you're going to get lucky a little bit. Like we saw that Vic for 240 something. I mean, for 440 something, you're going to get lucky like that. But this is not the ideal way to get training points. This is just more of a fact to be able to see, all right, this is what's going on. This is what's happening. Like this guy, this is a snipe right here. This right here is a snipe. That's a snipe. 87 speed though. Like, yeah, bro. This dude right here, snipey, bro, snipey. But that's neither here nor there. So what we're gonna focus on, like I said in conclusion, 80 to 81s. You're gonna go individual positions, see what's happening. Okay. You want to make sure that you're getting the best bang for your buck. The 80s are 65. The 81s are a little bit more. Like Des Bryant, let's see. He sucks. So let's see what we could do with that guy. Can we get something good from that? Okay, so he's still at 10. So for him, you're going to get 95 for 10K, which is what, you know, the average is. It's about 10K for the 95. So that's how you would play around with it. And then from there, if you wanted to just get cards, right? Now that you know what's going on with the training points, if you get a lot of them, like if you snipe crazy, get your power-ups, go to your binder, right? Go to the power-up, and in some cases, powering up your cards is going to give you very, very high overalls to start. Like when I'm ready to finish powering up Randy Moss, for instance, right? If I just wanted to keep powering him up without getting his other cards, I can get him all the way up to what? When do I need this item? To an 89. With an 89 speed, though. You see what I'm saying? With just training points. So that's just one example of how important training points are. And if you were going to ask me, should you do it if you have a decent amount of training points? Absolutely. And then when you're ready to get them really, really glitchy, just keep going with it. I want to thank you guys and girls for watching. Hopefully this was informative, understanding how to snipe in the auction house, and you become an ultimate sniper and make your team be very, very optimal. Until next time, one love.